dear children. Today we are going to start ninth story of your book, and the name of the story is A Tiger in the House. And this story is written by the famous storyteller, the famous story writer Ruskin Bond. You have already read so many stories of Ruskin Bond. Let's start this story. Timothy, the tiger cub, was discovered by grandfather in the Tehri jungle near Dehra. See, this story is about a tiger, and the tiger cub, his name was Timothy. He was found by the grandfather near the Terai jungle near Dehra. Dehra is Dehradun. I think most of you are aware that Ruskin Bond lives in Uttarakhand only, and the place basically he belongs to Mussoorie. So Dehradun is a very popular celebrated place in the stories of Ruskin Bond. In most of the stories he has written about Uttarakhand, this famous city Dehradun. One day, when grandfather was strolling down the forest path at some distance from the rest of the party, he discovered a little tiger about 18 inches long, hiding among the intricate roots of a banyan tree. Once grandfather was strolling down, he was in patrolling in the forest. There he found this little tiger cub, and he was trying to hide himself behind the roots of banyan tree. He was very much scared. That time he was very young, of 18, and he was just very small, like 18 inches. Grandfather picked him up and brought him home because he was fearing to be there. So grandfather picked him up and he brought him to his home. He had the distinction of being the only member of the party to have bagged any game, dead or alive. He had the distinction of being the only member of the party, meaning the people, those who had gone to the forest, he was one of them who can take risk at any amount. At first, the tiger cub, who was named Timothy by grandmother, was brought up entirely on milk given to him in a feeding bottle by our cook. Initially, only milk was given to Timothy. Timothy's name was given to him by grandmother. So initially he was surviving only on milk bottle, which the cook of the family was giving him in the bottle. Mahmood, but the name of the cook was Mahmood. But the milk proved too rich for him, and he was put on a diet of raw mutton and cod liver oil, to be followed later by a more tempting diet of pigeons and rabbits. So it was rich, milk was rich for him, and he got a good shape very easily. He became very huge, and as a result of that, later on some cod oil and raw mutton was given to him, because that is the basic food for the tiger. Carnivorous animal he is, and later on he was given the most tempting diet of pigeons and rabbits. He was eating all those things with the passage of time. Timothy was provided with two companions, Toto the monkey, who was bold enough to pull the young tiger by the tail and then climb up the curtains if Timothy lost his temper. So Timothy was having two companions in grandfather's house. Number one was Toto. Toto was the name of a monkey, and this monkey was very naughty and daring also. He used to pull the tail of Timothy, and if Timothy became angry, he used to just climb on the curtains. Timothy was found on the road by grandfather. This small monkey, Timothy lost his, and a small mongrel puppy found on the road by grandfather. And there was a puppy as well. Grandfather found this puppy too, as he found Timothy. So this was the basic nature of writer's grandfather. Whenever any animal he see in problem, he used to shelter him. At first, Timothy appeared to be quite afraid of the puppy and darted back with a spring if it came too near. See, initially, because Timothy was a cub that time, he used to scared with the puppy. And whenever he was trying to come near to him, Timothy used to run away from him. He would make absurd dashes at it with his large forepaws and then retreat to a ridiculously safe distance. Finally, he allowed the puppy to crawl on his back and rest there. Initially, he was scared with the puppy, but later on, he had allowed him to rest on his back, meaning now he was developing a sort of friendship with these puppies. Thank you, dear children. Today we will